never seen.
Yo, what's up guys? Bill here for Classic Rock and Metal Review. It's about damn time I get around to showing you my trip to Record Store Day. What are we talking, a week and a half ago now? Black Friday, I think it was November, I want to say 25th, 2022. Only a couple of pickups, but here, let's just take you along for the ride and we'll talk about it when we're back. You know what, honestly, this looks like the weakest lineup of Record Store Day releases that I've pretty much ever seen. But, you know, it's still Record Store Day, so I'm going to try to check it out. I really only got my eyes on one thing, maybe two, but just fun to be there. I can always shop the rest of the store, so come along. Here we are on our way to Record Store Day 2022, the Rock Shop, Hamilton Mall in New Jersey. Well, here we are, man. A little late. It's about 6:45 or so. I was up too late listening to some Doors LA Woman box set. That was fun. But looks like they're open, just like as promised. 6 a.m. it said on Facebook. I saw last night around midnight, and I was a little surprised, but then again, it's Black Friday, so I guess I shouldn't be. Let's do it! All right, Rock Shop, and this is Dylan. He's the record spinner.
Hello, hello.
You guys recognize that guy? If not, check him out, and I'll put a link for him. And that'll do it for Record Store Day. I'll show you what we got in a few minutes. It was still a really good time, even though there weren't a lot of titles I was after. I was able to get the one I really wanted, last copy. Picked up a nice vinyl collection. And the staff at the Rock Shop's awesome, really cool people, so they made it fun. I was there an hour and a half looking around for gifts for other people and stuff. Dylan, he's the record spinner on YouTube. This guy's a mad scientist with all things vinyl. Fun hanging out with him for a little while, chatting it up. So let's go home and see what we got. All right, like I said, guys, I think I said some of this in that video there, but this was, you know, only my 4th ever trip to Record Store Day. I had been the one, maybe 8 or so years ago, accidentally. I didn't even realize it was Record Store Day. I got there late morning. Really cool. I got some free stuff. I was at one in 2015, trying to get that Metallica tape, which I bought later on, but anyway, this past April was my first get there right as it opened. I was a little late to this one, as you could see, but also, you know, the thing is, I've been on the mailing list for, you know, at least a decade, so I see all the lists every year. I really thought this was probably the weakest, as I'm mostly, as you guys know, mostly rock and metal guy. Not a lot of metal at all. I don't think really anything, hardly anything that I recall. And the rock stuff just wasn't stuff I was super interested in. The stuff that probably would have been the America Live album, which I didn't even realize I just assumed it was going to be another new live album. They put out so many of them in the last 15 or so years. Turns out it was an older one, and I did like that it came with a CD, so you could like bang for your buck there. They didn't have that one, so I probably would have went for that had that been there. Maybe I'll scoop it up online. Only a single album and I think 7 songs, but that looks pretty damn interesting. Airplane at Monterey, I might have picked that up had that been there. It was not. Doors, Paris Blues, kind of a cool thing there. They had plenty of them. Just wasn't really. I've got, you know, I got a box set or 2 of them. I still haven't even opened yet, so wasn't really in the mood for buying more unopened Doors stuff right at the moment, but I'm sure that's a cool one. They did have a copy of Harry Chapin. It's like a greatest hits on a single LP. That I was kind of interested in, but I don't know why I didn't go for that. I went for some bigger stuff. I'll show you in a second. The Fleetwood Mac alternates. Looks like there's 2 volumes. One of the older material, one of the 70s to the 90s stuff or late 80s stuff. The thing is, I don't even own all those albums. I think I own most of them, but I'm not super into them. I picked a lot of them up in the last year or two. So for me to get alternates of stuff I just barely know doesn't really make much sense. And they weren't cheap either. Hopefully that's going to be widespread release, and maybe later on that might be interesting. So what the hell did I get? There was one album I was out there to get, and luckily got it. It was the last one they had, and that would be the Dead Milkmen's Metaphysical Graffiti. 1990 album. Now, I was into these guys when they first came out, 85, 86, 87, something like that. And that's kind of where I, sort of lost track of them. Got more into classic rock and a little out of metal and punk. So I'm getting back into them ever since I saw them last April, I think it was, earlier this year in Atlantic City. It was a pretty awesome show. One of the funnest shows I've been to in a long time. So this album's just kind of... This might be one I don't even open, to be honest with you, because you can see the price tag on this wasn't cheap, $55. Because it comes with the Methodist coloring book, an actual coloring book in here, and then some sort of Dandrew's Everything I Needed to Know I Learned from Metaphysical Graffiti, whatever the hell that is. You also get a bonus track 7-inch. So this is a kind of packed vinyl, all right? I'm not even sure if it's a double vinyl or what. I mean, it's kind of thick, but I can't really tell. I think, every once in a while I buy something and just leave it sealed. In this case, I'm not super duper into this album. I don't even have it. I know a couple songs from it from their shows. I'll probably just get the CD and keep this sealed for a while. I think it is coming out. It was just a Record Store Day first, so there will be a wider spread release. Anyway. That's the one thing I got. I got one other thing. Now, this was a real spontaneous buy. Eric Burdon and War. This is, I think, their complete discography. You have 2 single albums and a double album. I don't know much about them other than, probably like most of you, Spill the Wine, right? There was one other song that a buddy sent me a clip from YouTube. Looked like they were live on TV. I'm pretty sure the song was Spirit. Real awesome jam. I mean, 20-some minutes, and it was just totally enthralling. So that's on the second album here. So really, I only knew 2 songs going in. This was a total leap of faith. Not cheap, $90. But you know what? Every now and then, you got to just dive in with both feet into something that you're pretty sure is going to be good, but you're not 100% sure. I have to say, for $90, I'm a little on the fence about whether I did the right thing with this. The first album's good. It's just not a lot. It's almost like, if I had to sum it up, I would say it's like Santana without the guitar. And it just feels like it needs something to just push it over the edge. There's just not a crescendo kind of thing coming out of this for me. The percussion's amazing. The band's great. Burdon sounds great. The songs aren't the best, but they're good enough. But they're just lacking some kind of musical punch. I've heard the first album. Let me show you what we got here, by the way. Might as well unbox this one, because I bet not a lot of you got this. You got the first album, Eric Burdon Declares War. All right, they're all on colored vinyl. It's a really nice packaging. And before I even get too into that, the box itself is the nicest box I've ever seen an album package come in. This thing is super solid, really heavy duty. I mean, it'd be an effort to damage this thing. And it's pretty damn cool looking. Then they had one other album out back when they first started, a double album, Black Man's Burden. Nice packaging, gatefold. I can't show it to you, unfortunately. I might get flagged here. Double album. Then you got what they did in '76. They basically had some leftovers and live tracks, as far as I know, on the third album called Love Is All Around. I don't think it was an all-out brand new album. So it was just kind of wrapping things up. Haven't heard this one yet. I heard half of the second one, heard the first one. You know what? I learned this a long time ago about myself. I never trust my reviews after one listen. So many things that I didn't think were that good, I hear them one more time and I'm into them. The first album came with this called War Bond. Kind of cool. Basically $2 off ticket, or $1 off 2 tickets to see Eric Burdon and War. Kind of a cool little thing I didn't even realize was, going to be in this box. So that's kind of cool. I'm assuming it was in the first album. You also got this, like, I guess you call it a poster size, her story of Eric Burdon and War on one side, and on the other side, poster here. Kind of cool. So a couple little extras inside. So, you know, I guess the jury's still out on that one, especially for $90. But like I said, every now and then take a little leap of faith. So that was it, man. Not much going on with this record store day trip, but did get to hang out with the record spinner, Dylan. So I'm going to put a link below for his channel. Check him out. He's all things vinyl for the most part, some CD stuff also. But he's awesome. And the Rock Shop in Hamilton Mall is cool. All right, guys, that'll do it for now. If you guys can like and subscribe, that would be great. Adios.